Welcome to Lucid Ascent, rising on the plains through the middle pillar with the alchemical Cabala. I hope everyone's enjoyed your time off from these classes. We just wrapped up a 3 week long working with the path of temperance, the knowledge and conversation with the holy guardian angel. Now, eh, for anyone watching this that might not be part of these regular attending classes, know that the knowledge and conversation with the Holy Guardian Angel is ongoing, always, always developing this and always working with it. The more we do, the more we recognize it. Just so you know, it's not like you do it a little while and you're good. This is a it's the working with the personality and the higher self. It's, I guess, a more modern way of saying. So, on the middle pillar, the next sphere that we come into through the path of temperance and the guardian angel is the heart of the tree, Tiferet, which means beauty in Hebrew. So, in the class email that you received, it was requested that you contemplate the number 6 statement of truth on the pattern on the trestle board and to see what occurs to you in the statement. What stands out to you in this particular statement of truth about the self? Everyone, please unmute yourselves one at a time and simply share what speaks to you, what occurs to you in this.
I just to touch on this, so the just the fact that the beauty and the divine, like all of it, it's like it's all beautiful and it's all resonant of divine expression. I say that because and I know, I was watching something recently with regards to, this is a very brief story with regards to, and there's an individual who was doing a spirit walk, and in this Native American culture and tribe, they have it's like, yeah, you have the shamans who kind of help, kind of like coaches and guides, but it's like they do their thing, the people who do the walk and then come back. And a lot of times, the ones who then embark on this, there's this expectation of like, I'm going to see an eagle and I'm going to see a wolf, and that's my animal and that's my thing. And this is a very, very experienced, very wise shaman. He's 90 years old. He's like, and he was laughing about it because he's like, yeah, they expect all these things. And there was an individual where the recurring thing, because their journaling kept coming up, was he was like, I don't know what it was, but it was this blade of grass, like this one blade of grass that kept popping up over and over. And when he came back and shared this, just like, I didn't see anything and this is going on, the shaman was laughing. He's like, that's the spirit, right? That's the spirit's like that blade of grass. And it was beautiful because the way he was really connected and grounded was the fact that that blade of grass is like wherever you are, is like when you honor that blade of grass that you are surrounded by. And it goes a little bit deeper into that. It was like that is you honoring spirit. And so even in that blade of grass, you are connected to spirit. You are connected all. So that's what, like, timing is perfect. I mean, this is exactly resonant of that same essence and space of just, even within a blade of grass, there is that the beauty, literally this phrase, the beauty of the divine expression in that. So just want to share that moment.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Easy. It's perfect, right? It's in all things, great and small. It doesn't get much smaller, right, than a blade of grass. But that's really, really, thank you for sharing that. That's excellent. So something I want to stress when you read these statements is allow what comes to you to come, just like in Easy's what he was sharing. There's no try to avoid the the way the world teaches us that things should look a certain way or feel or sound a certain way and just receive what is received. That is the way. So when you read this statement, what occurs to you?
What occurs to me is the reminder that God is expressing through everything, and that in the multitude of everything, which is really quite beautiful, and something that just looking outside at the trees or the birds, and it's not just an individual thing. The tree isn't separate from the bird, but it's a God expressing his energies, his essence through those created things in that particular way.
Yes, very nice. Thank you, Mandy. Excellent.
I found the statement, I guess, transformational if you really focus on it. I got, I read it phrase by phrase, so I thought in all things. And I thought, and if you think of all the ugly things in life, right? And I'm like, how are all those things beautiful? And I thought about that for a long time, and I realized that that's what I mean by transformational. You start to see the beauty in things that, like my life that's been a challenge for 20 years, things that's not of my doing. And I started to see the beauty of it. I hesitantly say that, but and then it's like your eyes are transformed. It's like you're seeing beauty in ugly things, and it's hard to explain. That's about the best I can do.
That is perfect. Well done. Thank you, Susan. That's
It, and I want to add one more thing about the great and small. I started thinking about that as in wholeness versus maybe fragmentation. Like as you go through difficulties, you feel fragmented. And I just thought that was interesting because then you take the fragments and put yourself all back together in a new way. And I saw that in the great and small phrase. And then you bring it all back together in the beauty of the divine expression.
very nice. Thank you.
I just wanted to say, I always think of Padre Pio saying, "Thank you, Father God, for all the struggles I have had, because they have only brought me closer to you and to the spot I'm in right now." So I always found that beautiful. And that's kind of like all everything that we've experienced and gone through in our life brought us to where we are this second. And it'll be different in another, tomorrow, or, you know, a week from now. But everything brings us closer to the divine. I just think that's beautiful.
Excellent. Thank you, Rachel.
I got the sense of witnessing as I was listening to you all talking. And when we think of the tree, we have Keter, which is that white light come down through the center into Tiferet, which is the only sphere really that directly sees Keter from mediating between Keter and Yesod, uh, seeing that one light come down through Yesod being a reflection um, through the imagination, through actually seeing through the moon, seeing through to Malkut. And so beauty seems to be something that can be witnessed, but we often try to consume it, or we try to take it, or try to grasp it. But as soon as you do, it's fleeting. It's never, you can't, you're chasing your tail, and you recognize that you're witnessing the whole of of our identity, of who we are in some way.
Mm. I like the part you're talking about, the witnessing part. That really speaks to me.
I have young children, and when I assume that witness position, where I'm not laden with guilt about being good enough, or um, worrying about something, when I step out of that and just witness what's happening, um, that's what we would, if we can ever look back, we would say, I wish I would have just witnessed what was actually happening, with our loved
Yes.
ones.
Yes.
And that's really all that is really that we really care about.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
even the beauty of it is that we can still do that with the memories that we now carry. So
I like how you express that, the beauty of it. Very nice, Jesse. Thank you. Anyone else on this statement before we move forwards? Okay. Excellent. Thank you all for sharing very much. So each statement of truth about the self that was gifted to us through the sage and the great teacher Paul Case came through him from a master teacher. Each of these statements correspond to either the Anself, or is all the power that ever was or will be is here now. And then following each statement is attuned to an expression that connects us to each Sephiroth on the tree. So the number 6 statement connects us to the number 6 Sephiroth. And each statement, like each spear on the tree, has unique phrasing that often only occurs in that one statement. You might want to watch this video again when we're completed. So, one very simple phrase that is unique to this statement out of all the statements on the pattern on the trestle board is the 2-word phrase, I see. The statement I see occurs nowhere else, anywhere in the pattern on the trestle board. And this is associated with the heart of the tree, the sun. So, what do you make of that? What's your impression there?
it's associated with wakefulness.
Excellent. Yes, absolutely. Being awake. Go on.
Sensing and feeling.
Okay. Sensing and feeling.
Seeing with the heart. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the very essence of
That's
Remembrance.
beautiful.
seeing with the, yeah, it's like, because it's the here, but it's coming from the
Right
heart.
on
You
you.
really open that. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, you hit the bullseye there. Absolutely.
I see is similar to I am.
Yes, it is.
Hmm.
One is being, and another is a recognition
Yeah.
and awareness of the being.
And who is I that is the one seeing?
Yes. Yes. And it's as simple as awareness, recognizing that awareness is aware of itself.
It's a fun a fun question uh, to explore is, what is it that's looking out from behind my eyes?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
just like
Closer than
it's just an
hand or
immediate.
foot,
hmm
right?
hmm And just that sense of, recede of like, oh, and just the totality of it. But yeah, that's fun thing to play with.
That
Yes.
is, I remember doing that. Like, it was so cool, like to look into a mirror and say, okay, so you're looking into the mirror, but what is looking at you looking into the mirror? And it's
Yes.
really a
Yeah.
cool exercise. I'm sure you've all done it, but if not, try it because it takes you in, really in, and it's really cool. It's like, wow. I think actually a teacher, like a school teacher, actually taught us to do that, which was
Very
very,
cool. No,
very
go ahead, bud.
conscious of them.
Mhm. I was going to say briefly on that with the school teacher, and I'm gonna, if I butcher it, my apologies, but it's the little Alan Watts. I mean, it's like an old like poem thing where it's like there was once a young man who said so, you know, I know that I know that I know, but what I would like to see is the eye that sees me when I know that I know that I know. And like that little like inversion of sorts has always been an always little thing that popped up, which touches very much on this thing. So just want to share that.
That's, thank you, Easy. To that, I would like to just state the statement: if the eye is single, the whole body will be filled with light. So understand this. This light, this light eye of vision, of inner vision, is true, is real, and can be seen. And the more light we have within us, the more this inner vision lights up. We bring this light like a torch into the inner chambers of consciousness, and it guides us home. All right. Thank you, everyone. So, one thing about this statement that Easy went straight to is it intimates that true vision or true seeing occurs at the level of the heart. It's like Saint and the Little Prince author. Someone help me out here. Saint Exupery. Okay.
Okay.
It's like, and here's my secret. It is only with the heart one sees rightly. It's from the Little Prince. Quite beautiful because it's truth. And it's like the poem, truth is beauty and beauty is truth. It's all you know on earth and all you need know. So the vision of the heart, this isn't a metaphor for something. This is a real vision. And also, it's a knowing, a gnosis. what is seen at the level of Tiferet on the tree will manifest, because Tiferet is the mediator of the above and the below, the within and the without. Tiferet is the living word, the logos, that is perceived when we have spiritual waking. This living word is as much a vision as it is a vibratory expression of being and power. Now, here's a difference in the vision of the heart and Tiferet and the world of dreams. They are connected, however. In Yesod, the reflections of the greater mind and the lower mind, we can get easily lost in this endless sea of imagery. It's in Kabbalah, it's called the storehouse of images. This is the dream world of Yesod that most people hang out in when they go to sleep. As we progress and go deeper and deeper within, we start to waken the vision of the heart, and we start to see with a more refined and true vision, which is closer to the spiritual plane and not just the psychic plane of Yesod, the moon. The vision of the heart is the true vision of the solar being that one is, that you are already, the living Son of God. The Son of Tiferet is where true creation comes into manifestation within us. And this creation is then reflected in all the spheres below it on the tree of life. This is hinted at in the statement, I think it's Ecclesiastes, that there is nothing new under the sun. All is vanity. So our aim then in Kabbalah, just like the guardian angel and the archer, is to aim towards the sphere of the sun. This is our heart's aspiration. Otherwise, and until we reach our awakening at the level of the sun or the heart, until we reach this, we're like in the Old Testament of the Bible, the children of Israel wandering in the desert for 40 years. This is taking the surface appearance of things, including the psychic realms of the astral plane, as the truth, because we don't have enough light yet to break through these darker, denser vibratory levels, so that the light of the spirit becomes our recognition of what we experience and perceive. And this is through gnosis and illumination. Now, this is why we do this work. Through persistence and grace, we work to go deeper and deeper within ourself, within, right? The kingdom is within. And we're guided by the light of the very self to the heart of our true eternal being. All right. So here we have the formula or name Tiferet as spelled out in the tarot. Please, everyone, just give this a little bit of your focus and attention. And unmute yourselves one at a time and just share what speaks to you in this formula for the name Tiferet, beauty.
The symmetry of the
The
numbers
numbers.
is surprising with the inversion of the
Yeah, I see.
16 and
Very
19.
nice. I didn't see that before. Very beautiful, Jesse.
It really makes the Fool central to the two wings, if you would look at it from that point of view.
Interesting. Yeah. Excellent point. Who else? What speaks? What stands out to you?
I find it interesting that at both ends we have the world, which is Saturn, that idea of containment, limitation
Yes.
on the ends.
Limitation.
Yeah.
Yes, I find that very interesting also, Susan.
I feel
Seems,
like,
oh, go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to say not only limitation, but like supported, I guess might be a better word for that.
Okay.
Held. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like to me, I know a little bit about the cards, but not a lot. So I'm just kind of looking at it that way. But to me, it's like a cycle where it starts with like that figure in the center is like holding some possibilities or something, like some divineness. And it's a lot of, I mean, I do see like the angels and stuff probably in the corners. And then the sun is like what you were saying, like we are, so we have access to these choices, and then we go out like the fool, like, but with that playful, like exploration. And then because we don't really know and understand everything, and we have these moments of complete transformation, and then this we come back and the cycle starts over again.
Real nice. Thank you, Mandy.
It's it's really
I
interesting.
saw,
There's
oh,
Go ahead,
sorry.
Susan. Go ahead.
Oh, I already said something. You go ahead.
I
I'll
was
wait.
just going to point out the symmetry again. The Is it Tav, the world key? So we
Yes.
have the cross on either side, and then you have the Fool in the center. And then on both sides of the Fool, you have the sun, and then you also have the operation of the sun. The Fool
Yes.
being the sun behind the sun. We have this triune structure that kind of emerges with the two crosses on the side and the central sun. You have this really harmonizing triune happening with the breath at the center, the Fool breath, that ah sound.
Very good.
It's really amazing to see the language speaking through image and sound and symbol and all of the above in a way
Yes.
that is coherent. It's always a bit of a shock every time we do one of these.
Right. Yeah, it's profound.
I see the
This, go ahead, Victoria.
I see the repeating of the the oval shapes with the wreaths and also the egg of the fool. And
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then the sun is the light and the tower seems to be darkness, even though it
Mm.
has the light of the sun and the jagged lightning coming down and burning. Yeah, a
Yes.
reflection.
I noticed that too, like the same energy that the figure in the middle of the world is holding is seems to be similar energy to what's behind the fool.
Hmm.
And then a little bit around the sun is that represented, but like you just said, Victoria, not in the sun that's in the tower.
Right.
When I read it from right to left, I look at us in the world, and then all our concepts and reality is blown up. We move into a super consciousness, then over to the light that we are illumined with, right? And then we take that back into the world with us.
Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Very nice,
Yeah, it
Rachel.
tells a story.
Yeah.
I see the same thing. You see that the tower is like, first of all, the heart has to be disrupted and,
Yeah.
and then
You,
you see
you,
the
you
pool
might
of
find it.
innocence revealing all the light and
You
then
might
the
find it
sun moves on
interesting.
back to the world and you think of like cosmic harmony. Things go back into harmony.
So one part of this formula, just so for people who might not be familiar, is in the Western tradition, the world key is the root chakra. It's the very base chakra. The tower key, which is the key of spiritual waking, is the next chakra up. It's the Mars center. And of course, the superconscious is breath. And then the sun key is the heart chakra. So we see this sequence of raising these the life force from the base through the energetic center of Mars, through super consciousness, opening and becoming the new creature
Mhm.
through the heart.
Cosmic egg.
Yes,
But
the
yeah, yeah,
cosmic egg.
yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm. Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just wanted to mention real, or just touch on this real briefly, like looking at this, because yeah, I mean, everything's being shared definitely resonates. Something that I think Victoria, you were sharing something with regards to the sun and stuff, and it just made me chuckle looking at the fact that the sun or the power and the two things looking at it from the storyboard standpoint, but really focusing the inner three, looking at the tower of how it's being, all falsities are, you know, blown away and torn asunder and all that, with, the false crown and I mean all the stuff that we've explored in the card, but looking at the power, right? That lightning bolt, the what I forget the phrase of it, but the one that goes to like the tree of life. I mean,
Yeah.
same everything, just the truth, right? But it's the fact that the you have it from, well, just like Bertram saying, like the sun, that power, that light, and then everything is being destroyed, but then you have those two sets of yods, right? You've got in the upper right-hand corner the tree of life, you got the 10, and then the lower left-hand corner, that's the 12, like 12 signs of the zodiac, I think, or whatever it may be. But the fact that then when you go to the full card and just the light that's there, and that's again, there's that again, the breath, the super conscious, all those things, I don't know, whenever I look at the cards, like faith, rebirth, like all of those things there, and then to get to the sun card where it's like the sun, so it's where again we have the 13, but there's that yod that's shared in the center, that union, the all of the stuff. It's the same power, and so I say all this because like this the same power that uh is there illuminates, that destroys away the falsities, is the same power that's actually, kind of like, hey, no, it's time. This is actually really this is a good thing, kind of thing. Like just it's the thing that lights up and there. And so uh, all the things we shared earlier, just like all lit up. It's the I think of like things like like the Maya, right? It's like it's all Maya, like it's all the vanity, all that stuff there. But the real light, the real power, the real just the things that are actually real, the consistent, again, the lights and with just the light and the sun and all those cards there, and then the two bookends of the world, just that this whole process of transformation and just how it's like what may be. And the last thing I'll just say is like it has like a touch of like the hero's journey thing where it's like
Oh yeah,
you go up, right, hero's journey, or what is it, oh my God, I'm blanking out now. The prodigal son, right, where the one son
exactly.
goes and then returns, but
Yes.
it's like all slaughtered the best calf and whatever. It's like
Yes.
just that whole thing of transformation and just how what may be. And I bring up the hero's journey because like the in certain aspects, like the monsters that you have to go slay are the ones that were very much created, but they're actually there to serve you to, be better and all that. So, and then it's not through the action, but through the elevation and just the hero finds the new way, pours out the sword, whatever it may be. But just that aspect of the transformational process going through and that consistent underlying power that is there, which is good and it's grace and it's all, all the things to go from that. But yeah, so I'll
Yes.
stop sharing there, but cool.
No, thank you, Easy. Beautifully said. So, one way to work with Tiferet in your own practical way is to use your knowing and seeing in inner vision. See yourself like in the golden force. See your own auric egg of light. Breathe in the golden light of prana through the sunlight that we all are in right now. Most people have this perception that the sun is way out there or up in the sky, or right now it's on, from our perspective in North America, if you're in North America, is it's on the other side. We are in the heliosphere now. We are in the sun now. And we are in it in Malkut. And our direct connection to it is our breath, which is the very center key in the formula Tiferet of the Fool. Think about this daily. Breathe in and see the golden light fill everything within your awareness. Just know it's there. As you go through your day, see everything just radiating golden light. The more you practice it, the more you start to sense it is where you really are. We stop living our lives according to the surface appearances of the perceived outer, and we live closer from source because we are generating the vision from within, from our very self. Okay, anyone else before we move forward?
What deck is it? What is
Pardon?
the deck? I
Oh,
mean,
this
what
this is
what tarot deck is it?
so this is the Holy Order of Man's Tarot.
Oh,
You can, if you want a copy, you can get the Color Your Own Keys on Amazon. Just do a search for it, and it has
okay.
instructions on how to color them.
does it say the sounds for those? Are they called Hebrew symbols or words?
So
That is
each,
new to me. This.
okay, so each key has its own Hebrew letter
Okay.
because there are 22 Hebrew letters and there are 22 major trumps in the arcana, what's called the major arcana.
Wow.
Yes. So these are, yeah. There
Okay.
some systems apply different letters to different parts, but these are the ones that we use.
Okay.
And they're also one of the more popular uses in the Western mystery tradition. So thank you all for your beautiful expressions.
I would like to ask one question.
Sure.
Um, in this arrangement, at the very edges, you have the world key, and on either side, the figure is grasping polarity on both sides of the figure and the world key, right? The figure is grasping the spirals of light,
Yes. Yes.
and these figures too are being grasped. Um,
Yes. By the
is
cough.
the cough, and
Yeah.
here they're positioned at the far end, the beginning and end of Tiferet.
Mhm.
So there's this with the full key at the center, there seems to be this expanding, grasping, um, and it's with the cross
Yes.
at the. What do you make of that?
I'll be happy to share what I make of that. So, super consciousness is the saying is in God, God is all light, in which there is no darkness. So, from the spiritual plane of Keter, it's just pure white, endless light. But for it to be, for the unity to come into creation through the Son, this eternal power, all the power that ever was from the Ein Sof, it constricts itself through limitation and spirals and forms a point. And that point then expands. And this is the star. The star is the son of the all, Allah, the Son of God. Each sun is a center of expression for the primal will to good, which eternally creates and sustains the universe. And it's through our each star, each sun, that the all expresses and creates. But it has to do so through limitation. In order for there to appear one thing to appear as distinct from another, quote, thing or creation.
That makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. And it's you can see it spelled out in the word, the key. And it's this endless cycle, this endless spiraling. You see it in the sun as it spins, and it's in the solar system in which we are evolving ourselves and raising back matter to a higher vibration. You see it in the glorious galaxy spirals, which are probably endless expressions. Yes, easy. Oh, okay, no worries. All right, we're moving
I was waving
forwards.
by, so I was waving by
Okay.
someone. Sorry, my
Thank
bad.
you all for your beautiful expressions. Print these off and put them in your folders. You can meditate on this formula and it will bring consciousness into resonance with the sphere that it spells. This is Tiferet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So this week, for your core practice, you may wish to meditate on that formula we just went over. And you might want to alternate nights with this symbol. So the core practice, as a reminder, and for anyone that may be new, is we hold the image out in front of our visual field, our actual physical eyes. And we just stare at it, stare in the very center of the image. After 5 minutes, this is when we're going to sleep. We put it to the bedside and we hold the image in our inner vision or knowing. And we just see it as if it's still there in front of our physical vision, but we're holding it in our inner vision, which is our knowing. This is the core practice. It's incredibly powerful. So you can alternate this one, or you can use this one, which was sent out in the email, I think. But if not, this is easy to find. Stare in the very center of it. Don't let the simplicity of this deceive you. This is a very powerful symbol. Hold this image in your inner knowing with the intention to wake up in your dreams each night. And the prayer or intention to be guided by the self to the heart, your heart. All right. Here is one last formula I sent in the emails that you should print off and keep. This is the formula for the name Ra, which is one of the names that is associated with the great being that is our sun. Meditation on this formula is well worth your time to connect with the sun. And this is a very, very powerful formula. I'll leave it up to you whether or not you choose to make this connection for yourself. All right. This week, in addition to your core practice, I want to make one last important point to make a practice of. And that is this. Every day this week, make a conscious effort to see beauty in your experiences. No matter what you're looking at, either externally or internally, make a conscious acknowledgement of the beauty that you're perceiving, whether it's in something great or something small. Just acknowledge it. Thank you all for your beauty and light. My prayer for you is that you grow in ever greater light and knowing of your true, beautiful self at the heart of the tree of life. Blessings to us all. This concludes this class on Tiferet, beauty, lucid ascent, rising on the middle pillar. And the floor is now open for any questions or comments.